What is going on YouTube? Today I have an awesome video for you guys. I have the TELESIN Master Grip. Now this is for the iPhone 17 Pro Max, which I have right here. And let me get a little bit into this product and why I think it is just so cool. If you're into photography, which I believe, if you're a pro user and there's a good chance that you'd be interested in something like this. So this is a two-part style product, if you will. It comes with the case, which has little attachments for filters for your camera lenses, and it also has an ergonomic with battery built in actual button pusher, if you will, of a camera system for your iPhone. Now, I know you may be wondering, well, don't I have that on my iPhone now? But look, I had the iPhone 15 Pro Max before that, and once you get this open, it's so uncomfortable, at least for me, to do this. I'd rather just do this. So if you are interested in something like this, well, I'll be taking a look at it and seeing if it's worth you dropping your dollary dues in. Now, I would like to start this off by saying TELESIN did send this over to me for review, but all these thoughts are my own and they don't have any approval over the video that I am about to push out. Without further ado, let us check out the boxage. I think this is a great little kind of feature summary of everything that you're getting with this. So you have a 2-stage shutter, you have a zoom lever, a custom key, a mode dial, and a thumb rest. Going over here, it shows you what exactly is in the box. You have the phone case, the master grip, magnetic selfie light, which is quite fire, UV filter, charging cable, wrist strap, and a user guide. The rest of this is just kind of specifications and mumbo jumbo if you would like to pause on that. And let's see what else we got here. On this side, the battery that is in the camera holder itself is 3200 milliamp hours. The case is a graphene cooling case. The 3200 milliamp hours, by the way, is a wireless charging MagSafe kind of like battery pack, if you will, that is built into that little grippy grip. You have the camera grip design, obviously, physical filter expansion, and it comes with some app control. So that is about what you get on the outside of the box. Let us dive right in. Okay, we got that layer of plastic off. Seems like I'm just going to be able to slide it off. Come on, let me do one of these. Yeah. Alright, I did that maybe a little bit more violently than was necessary. Right off the bat, we have the case. That looks pretty sick, but I'm going to file that off to the side. Get into the rest of the boxage here. Paperwork and documentation, I'm assuming. Oh, okay. Oh, more stuff fell out. Okay, installation auxiliary tools. It says step 1, clean, step 2, step 3, step 4. Interesting. This comes with a screen protector. That is a pretty dope. That is an awesome addition to this. It is a anti-reflection tempered glass screen protector. It does have black borders for those that are interested, But this really is a one-stop shop kind of a photographer iPhone accessory package, if you will. I believe that this is going to just be the installation helper router for your screen protector. You have your actual documentation. That is for the grip itself. You have documentation for the selfie light. So all the documentation you could possibly need, as well as an included screen protector, which is so awesome. Microfiber cloth too. Check out that branding. Look, this packaging is a 10 out of 10 so far. I am not going to lie, this is very, very cool. Alright, it looks like we have the selfie light here. And I'm assuming this is going to be a dimmer of some sort. Oh, it also has like a mirror on this end. And it does rotate. So I'll get into that a little bit more here in a second. Don't know if this thing has a charge, so I'll be charging it. Oh, wait, I didn't close that right. Oh no, I wasn't paying attention. Oh, there you go. Where's the on button on this? Oh no, there's a little red pull tab here. Oh, that's for the mirror selfie. Selfie mirror, if you will. Here's the baton. Whoa! That thing is very bright. You push the button, you get different kinds of lights. Look at that. This thing comes with a full charge. Pushing it cycles the lights. Holding it, I'm assuming, powers it off. That is wild. That is really cool. I feel like my wife is going to steal this from me immediately, but I like that quite a bit. Here is one of the camera lenses, and I do believe that they have quite a few. This is like the anti-UV one. I'll double tap that in a second. Here you have charging cable and a doohickey of some sort. Let's get into that. Oh, this is a lanyard. Wow, this is extremely high quality. Gives a little bit of stretch. So I'm assuming this actually goes onto the camera holder itself, so you could have full accountability of your device while you're taking pictures. And a very simple, this is type C to type C. Yep, type C to type C charging cable. Nice inclusion. And I think this is kind of the star of the show here. Okay, let's read what this says. Power on by holding capture key for 2 seconds. Connect via Bluetooth, TELESIN, JP. For iPhone, go to settings, blah, 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 blah. Turn on zoom. Okay. Alright, I'll do all this here in a second. First and foremost, this thing feels nice. This is a very nice feeling thingamajig. I think a lot of photographers are going to really enjoy this. You hear that tactility? You might not, because the mic is right on my chest. But that is a nice click. Love that. What does this do? Is this just the rest of my thumb only? Yeah, seems like it. A button. Nice buttonage there. This thing goes side to side. A record button, it looks like. A function button. Now, one thing that I'm very curious about. Here is a completely raw iPhone. As you can see, it MagSafe's perfectly fine. So in theory, if you wanted to, you could buy this whole setup, and if you wanted to change cases, this camera device still works perfectly fine. Very strong magnets. And I know this is all about TELESIN right now, but one of my favorite cases as of right now is this Taurus case. You can check the video out about this if you'd like from my recent videos. So, random schmandom case here. Very strong magnetism. As you could see, this thing is pretty future proof. That is awesome. So the case itself is 17 Pro Max, but literally everything else here is usable with pretty much any iPhone that has MagSafe. And you can see I'm kind of giving her the beans, only holding on to the camera, by the way, not falling off. That is amazing. And I think this is the coolest part about it all. MagSafe on the other side of that. So not only can you like take crazy selfies like this, I know it's upside down, so yeah, maybe like that, and you push your button. But if you're a videographer, you could put like a MagSafe SSD attachment here, download your Pro Raw Res Apple logo video files, and that is just, this is like the most insane portable video photo accessory thing that I've ever seen. That is so cool. Now I just showed you guys that Taurus case because one of my main concerns, if you will, was if this device was future proof and if it could work with other cases, a raw iPhone, what have you. But I think one of the stars of the shows here is this graphene cooled iPhone 17 Pro Max case. So let's take a look at this. Okay, I get it immediately when it says graphene cooled. So there's like a plastic covering here. And yeah, this is like a very cool texture kind of material. And you can see it has like ventilation through the back. All in all, a very cool design from what I can see. There's like a, what I assume to be a faux leather material here. You have the vents on the other side. MagSafe little aligning thingamajig there, which is honestly kind of rare on some devices these days. You do have a camera cutout. You have your Siri button, a lanyard, nothing too crazy. I was wondering what that shaking was. It's just these buttons in place. Let's stop fooling around and throw this in here. Wow. Right off the bat, I love just how slim this feels, especially coming from that Taurus case, which is quite a chunkster. I think this design looks awesome. I would love to see what it would look like with the orange, because even right now, even though the blue on the iPhone, in my opinion, is very muted, this is just kind of popping. At least in my eyes, to me, that looks so nice. One thing to take note of if you're not a fan of this, the bottom cutout here is not like a full 360 degree coverageity, if you will. Buttons, nice clicketiness, nice clacketiness, dig that. You have a pure cutout for your camera button, but the main star of the show here, oh man, that look at this. That magnet is pretty strong. And let's see how this goes. Very strong indeed. Only holding it up But I put my hand because I get a little antsy every time I do something like this. But as you can see, not touching the phone at all. Extremely powerful. Now let's see how pairing this thing up goes. Actually, before I do that, just to give you guys an idea of how this lens thing works, I'm going to take off that little protective cover. Another protective cover here. There is a little arrow here, and it says go up. Oh, that's like a magnet of sorts. I'm reading 0 instructions. I'm just going with the flow. Maybe I need instructions. Oh, there you go. Okay, and it is the UV lens as well. So you have this like that. You slide that over. On a side note, it really doesn't even add too much to the iPhone itself. The UV lens, I'm assuming, is going to reduce like solar flare imagery type of stuff. Don't know what the correct term for that is, but being able to have these like in your fanny pack or whatever, swap and pop them, that is an awesome little addition. Let's see what happens. So this is with the solar flare. Boop. Let me see if I take it off. And mind you, it's nighttime. So yeah, not too much of a difference, at least from my very quick. Yeah. Okay. Definitely a reduction in whatever reflection was right there, but yeah, it's nighttime right now. I would need to check that outside to get a full idea of how that actually works. Alright, I threw this to the side, but I think it's about time I get into this. Okay, power on by holding the capture key for 2 seconds, connect to Bluetooth. So let me go to Bluetooth real quick. Alright, power on, I'm holding 2 seconds. TELESIN, come on down there. Connect, pair with my iPhone, check. Okay, that's connected. Alright, iPhone, go to settings. Go to settings, accessibility, zoom, zoom region, full screen zoom, turn on zoom. Okay. Settings. Accessibility, oh gosh. Oh geez. Accessibility. Zoom region. I'm about to just search this up. Oh, zoom region. Full screen zoom. Then turn on zoom. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Oh no! What happened? No! No! No, how do I turn this off? Please. Oh no, this is it. Okay, let me... Hey Siri, turn off zoom.
I can't help with that, but you can change it in settings.
Oh, I hate you, Siri. Hey Siri, go to settings.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
Oh my god. You guys, I don't know. Why is this even an option in iOS? Accessibility. Zoom. Oh no. Oh no. Oh jeez. Why? Okay. I don't even know how to Google search this because I can't use my phone to ungoogle this. Okay, I figured it out. You need 3 fingers, and then you could do this. Okay, that was awful. Okay, that that derailed this a little bit, but let's proceed. Okay, double tap with 3 fingers to restore. Okay, so this is Bluetooth now. This is turning up the volume when I push this button. Interesting. What does this do? Function? Record? Alright, let's see what happens when I just throw this on, push the camera button. Okay, it works as intended. I have a nice little grip here. Very quick to respond. See what happens when I push this. Nothing. Function. Nothing. So it seems like a majority of these features are going to actually be unlocked by downloading the TELESIN app. So the app control here, I think I'm going to need to download that to show you guys the full features. But for those of you that are curious, if you like to use this just as a basic ergonomic tool to take pictures, it works 100%. And then I think honestly one of the coolest things is this thing. And then yes, you could take a selfie and sorry, gotta hold it and blind yourself, or excuse me, or you could flip this around and do this. All of a sudden you have very cool looking lighted images, and you could change the lighting by pushing the button. Very neat. Very drastically changes the tone, and all of that without the app. I think that these two accessories by themselves, if you're an enthusiast camera picture taker of sorts with the iPhone, these are a must-have. And I know that this is like an iPhone 17 Pro Max. Hold on, I'm not used to which way this goes. Okay, I know that this is an iPhone 17 Pro Max video, but these two things work on any iPhone with MagSafe, and I'd be curious if they work with Android phones as well, because the ergonomic MagSafeivity of this is just something that you cannot really. This is like a priceless little tool here. If you're taking pictures all day with your iPhone, this essentially turns it into a cool little DSLR. Okay, let me check out this app real quick. Alright, so there is a TELESIN Fun Shot app, and I'm sure you can control all of these things with it, but honestly, I think just for it being what it is, as a point and shoot camera system, like what else could you possibly need? And I imagine all these buttons can control things using the app, but I gotta be honest with you guys, and this is pure honesty here, you know, no one's paying me to make this review, these are all my honest thoughts. Something about a single rating It is 5 stars, I'll give you that. But I don't know about downloading this on my phone. So I think I'm going to end the review there. But final thoughts. If you're brave enough to download that app and give it a real go, look, I'm sure it's completely fine. But, you know, I have a lot of sensitive information on this little bad boy. And I just, I don't even have TikTok on my phone, for example. So maybe it's just it's an OCD thing. But if I have to download an app to do something with a product, chances are it's not something that I'd be too excited to do. But when you're offering hardware that is this, dare I say, innovative and cool like that, it is so, like, I know that there's all these buttons, and all these buttons probably do some real cool things, but to be able to hold this around and just clickety clack, that is fantastic. And of course, I think the star of the show here is that light. That is the coolest thing. And although I do think this case is fantastic, like I have said, oh geez, okay, give me a second here.
1 second.
Okay, Siri. Okay, Siri. Relax. Yeah, I think the coolest thing about this is you could use this with any iPhone setup that you have, and it's going to work perfectly fine. As long as your case or your iPhone has MagSafe, this thing is awesome. Now, what is my final verdict? If you like photography on your iPhone, I think that this in and of itself is a must buy. I mean, look at that. It's got a selfie mirror, like Xiaomi 17 Pro Max who. Like, you got the coolness here. This is probably the coolest little ergonomic iPhone photography thing I've ever seen. And you gotta try it out. Like, I've never seen anything like this. MagSafe is incredible. You could add an SSD or a little MagSafe light on the back of it. I think that you gotta try it. So, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, sub, and comment. It really does go a long way in supporting the channel. Other than that, I really appreciate you guys stopping by, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.